Welcome to the very first episode of Ask the Chefs. I am Veggetti, and we are here with...
I'm Nomad.
And we're here to answer your questions. So, we'll go ahead and start.
All right, Veg, let me know, what is your favorite song to listen to while you're cooking?
So, I wouldn't say it's a favorite song, but I love listening to Nelly. It just gets you going, gets the dance party going in the kitchen. Yeah. So this question is for Nomad. Nomad, why does the recipes not taste nearly as good as when you cook them?
Okay, so my answer to that is I view, and I'm sure that you view, recipes as more of a framework than a solid must follow. So I think there are so many variables when cooking, differing ingredient quality, variations in the oven temperatures. So I think that is probably why that we don't necessarily use the recipe set in stone. There's a lot of tasting as we go, a lot of editing as we go, and I think that would be the main difference.
I also think it could be preference, like what flavor profiles we like versus what they might like. So we just keep adding, right? Maybe if it's something that has cinnamon, we'll add more cinnamon, or we'll add an extra spice. I know you like your spices in some of your recipes, so I think that probably has a lot to do with it.
And also, it's just so nice to be cooked for.
Exactly.
That makes a huge difference.
Yes, it never tastes the same when we make it for ourselves. Okay, this question is actually for both of us. Nomad, grill or stove?
Okay, well, I definitely use the stove more regularly because I don't have an outdoor space, unfortunately, but I do love a good summer grill.
Yeah.
What about you?
Hands down grill. If I could grill everything, all throughout the year, I would do that. I love grilling. I think it's like I don't like the confinement of the stove. Yeah, and I feel like you can do so much with the grill, and the flavors taste a little bit better. I don't know.
All right, our next question. Where do you recommend shopping for groceries?
Ooh, that's a good question. And that's like a loaded question because not all of us live in areas where it's easily accessible. So I think for me, where I live, like the nearest Whole Foods is an hour and 15 minutes away. The nearest Trader Joe's and all those, we don't even have a Sprouts, all those common stores that maybe like here in Colorado or California they have, we don't have them. So I've had to learn to find local farmers markets, and the winter it is a little bit tricky, and I just get what I can at the local grocery store that looks the best. A lot of times I order from Whole Food sellers online, and they actually have some good options. So I would say that if you live in an area like I do, and it's a little bit hard to find, start doing a little research on your local farmers, and I think they'll have good suggestions. Okay, this next question is for Nomad. Nomad, what is your favorite vegetable?
Favorite vegetable, hands down, broccoli rabe.
Oh, nice.
All the bitter greens.
How do you like to prepare it?
I don't care how it's prepared. I just love it. No, most simply, I blanch it, and then often we'll just eat it plain as is, like by the handful, or saute with chili and garlic, and just very simple.
That sounds so good.
And what is your favorite part of cooking for First Descents programs?
The participants. I love sharing the gift that I was given with others, and I love seeing them transform. They come in on day one and they're hesitant, and they don't know what we're going to cook for the week necessarily. Maybe they heard from a friend or from a social media platform, but sometimes they come in a little uncomfortable, and it's so beautiful watching the transition towards the end. And by the end, as you know, they're like, can we have the recipes? And we build a relationship around food. And yeah, definitely is my favorite part of being on an FD program.
Yeah, I'd have to piggyback off of that. I think the community is just so strong. It's incredible to be in a space with so many friendly, familiar, wonderful, loving people. And I work often, or more often than not, by myself. So to be surrounded by so much love and positivity throughout the programs is really special.
Yeah, so true.
Are we going with?
Yes, it's yours.
We would all love to know, what is your biggest kitchen fail?
Ooh, okay. So this wasn't actually in the kitchen per se, but it was on an FD program many years ago. It would say 2013 or 14. So we used to do an overnight river trip at the Rogue. So we would have to pack what we were going to cook for dinner and breakfast. You had to make sure you had enough food, right? So we felt the easiest one was to do, the burger night and bring like salads. So I made like this huge tabbouleh salad to bring because that's so easy, and then you just have your burgers. Everyone had gone down the river, and so I was getting on the raft with one of the outfitters who was helping me. And so we're putting everything on the raft, and he's in the raft, I'm outside. I pick up the tabbouleh salad, and I go to hand it to him, and as I hand it to him, it drops. And it was like in slow motion. We're both looking at each other, and we're looking, knowing very well, all we have is a tabbouleh salad with burgers. That is my biggest kitchen fail.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Thank you, Nomad, for joining in on this very first episode of Ask the Chefs.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your questions, and we look forward to answering more soon.